Stop right now. Breathe. Before a single word escapes your lips, I already knew the sound of your anguish and the color of your fear. And that is why today I do not speak as one who is distant, but as the one who inhabits the empty spaces of your soul. You felt the ground shake and the pillars of your security collapse, but what you called a disaster, I call a foundation, for I could not build your new palace upon the quicksand of who you used to be. Listen closely. This trial that seems to have arrived to stop your progress is, in reality, my hand moving you out of a comfort zone that had become attuned for your purpose. I saw what no one else saw. The nights when you feigned sleep so that no one would ask why you were weeping, and know that every tear was a seal of authority that I placed upon your spirit. You are not being destroyed. You are being positioned on the front lines of an army that I am raising, and a soldier is never promoted in the comfort of the barracks, but in the heat of the battle where their mettle is proven. Before you even speak, I am here. The anonymity is over, and the time when you felt like just another face in the crowd is behind you, for I am placing a mark of distinction upon you that will cause doors to open not by your effort, but by the recognition of my glory upon your countenance. The pain of the process is proportional to the height of the place where I am putting you. And if the wind blew hard, it was only to carry away the withered leaves so that the fruits of your new season could finally ripen under the light of my justice. I am here, and the silence you felt was not absence. It was my absolute concentration as I drew the map of your new territory. You are not alone in this. I was by your side when you thought loneliness was your only companion, and today I come to break the cycle of repetitions that kept your life in a vicious circle of beginnings and ends without meaning. The positioning I give you today is not a change of luck. It is an eternal decree that alters your spiritual genetics, transforming a slave mentality into the consciousness of a legitimate heir. I am clearing the table and removing the plates of crumbs that you accepted for so long. For I have prepared a banquet of purpose where your voice will have the authority to change realities, and your name will be synonymous with overcoming. Do not look back at what you lost with regret, for what left your life was the dead weight that would have prevented your flight to the heights I have planned for you. Feel the sovereignty of my government establishing itself over your business, over your home, and over your thoughts, for I am installing within you a peace that makes no sense to the world, a peace that is the proof that the control of your story never left my hands. The current trial is your training ground for authority, and when you open your mouth to speak in the next season, people will not hear mere words. They will hear the sound of one who was forged in the fire and did not retreat. I saw your faithfulness in the hidden places, and now I position you in the visible, so that everyone may know that I am the God who honors those who seek him with truth. Be still for a moment. Do you feel that peace flooding the room right now? It is the sign that this encounter was scheduled in heaven. If your heart burned while listening to these words, and if you felt the divine voice speaking directly to your soul, do not keep this to yourself. Join us on this journey. Subscribe here so we can meet every day at this altar of faith. And if you feel that today is the day of your turning point, leave a comment saying, "I take my place." I want to know who the warriors are being positioned today so that I can carry each of you in my deepest prayers. Before you try to explain your pain, I have already prepared the remedy. I am the sovereign who rules the galaxies, yet I am the friend who sits beside you on the curb of your desolation to remind you that the beauty of your story lies in how you rise. This trial did not come to steal your voice, but to give it the weight of experience, transforming your cry for help into a song of victory that will serve as a guide for others lost in the same valley. I am refining your character in the details, removing the anxiety that made you chase the wind and replacing it with the unshakable confidence that I am your supply. The positioning of faith requires that you not only survive the storm, but that you learn to walk upon the waters that once threatened to drown you. And I give you today the authority to say, "Peace, be still," to the contrary winds trying to divert your purpose. Every day of waiting was an investment in your future, and what you saw as a delay, I call protection, for I was hiding you until your armor was ready to bear the weight of the blessing. I am here, operating in the invisible, moving hearts and opening paths you didn't even know existed, simply because you decided not to surrender when the world said you should stop. Feel my restoring touch and realize that your identity is not in the wounds you carry, but in the healing I am manifesting through them. You are my most precious project. I do not invest in something that will not yield a return. And if I allowed you to pass through the narrow way, it is because the wide field awaiting you requires a structure you could only gain under pressure. The positioning I am giving you now is final. It will not be a fleeting moment of joy, but a stability that the world cannot offer and cannot take away. I am establishing your boundaries, widening the space of your influence, and placing in your hands the keys to doors that have been locked for generations in your lineage. Prepare to reap where you did not sow, and to enjoy fruits that were kept for this exact moment in history. For I am the Lord of time, and I have decided that your season of scarcity ends today. The shame you felt when people looked at your situation with pity will be exchanged for an admiration that will glorify my name in your life. Do not be startled by the greatness of what is coming. You were made for this, you were trained in silence, and now you shall be manifested in the light. I saw what no one else saw. Your renunciation, your fasting of the soul, and your decision to continue even without strength. And that is why your reward will not be human. It will be divine and overflowing. Do you feel that strength growing inside you? It is the confirmation that your destiny is being sealed right now. I would love to hear your story. What changed in your perception of this trial after hearing this message? Write it here in the comments, tell us a bit of your testimony, or suggest what else your heart longs to hear from the Lord. This space is yours. It is our digital house of prayer. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now so you don't miss a single step of your new positioning. Let us grow together, supporting one another. While God finishes the beautiful work He began in each of us, behold the silence. In this void I feel everything. The positioning you received today is the anchor that will keep your soul steady as you sail toward the bright future I have already prepared. You no longer need to fight with your own hands. Learn the rhythm of rest, the art of trusting, and the beauty of simply being mine. I am your refuge, your fortress, and the God who positions you above all tribulation, transforming every scar into a medal of honor. Leave this moment with a light heart, knowing that the pen of your life is in the hands of the one who writes with blood and love, and that the end of this chapter is only the beginning of the greatest journey of your existence. Listen, I am here. I have always been. And now, the world will see that I am with you. Amen.